I thought General Kelly was supposed to contain the social media of the president. We've seen 3 or 4 days of a Twitter storm out of the president. How does this end?
Well, RT is Russia propaganda. Let me repeat that. RT is Russia propaganda. And if we dig into the policy here, because this is very nuanced, the administration has been critical about the United States having a lack of response or a counterpart to, or equivalent really, to RT in the international space. And there has been talk, Tom, behind the scenes for the United States to develop an alternative to RT.
Didn't we call that Voice of America?
Well, you know, I think Voice of America, quite frankly, is on the resurgence and is resurging. But the administration has quietly now for quite some time, and the Obama administration turned down the opportunity to do this. But the administration has been quietly talking about an equivalent as such to develop.
The linkage there of all these things, Russia, into this horror in Florida is important. And yet in the last 24 hours, maybe the needle's been budged on Republicans and the National Rifle Association. Kevin, excuse me if I don't believe the needle's been moved.
You know, look, what an embarrassment for the Republican-controlled state legislature last night with the victims watching in the state legislature as they struck down a motion to debate, not even hold a vote on an assault weapons ban, a debate of this issue. What an embarrassment for them. Now, President Trump saying yesterday that he is open to banning a bump stock. And look, I mean, you mentioned the NRA. Just pull the FEC files. $50 million the NRA spent in the 2016 election, $30 million of which went to candidate Trump.
But Kevin, this is critical. I'm going to pick on a good friend of surveillance, Mr. Portman of Ohio. Is Rob Portman of Ohio going to change his tone based on the money he takes from NRA? Everyone agrees he's a classy guy, but it seems like the classiness ends with these donations from these large lobbyists.
Well, you know, you mentioned Senator Portman. He was the part of the $20 million that the NRA put into 6 Republican races, including Florida with Senator Rubio, his state, where this happened. Look, after the Sandy Hook massacre, you had Senators Manchin and Senators Toomey. Senators Toomey, who at the time had an A rating from the NRA, develop a bipartisan legislation proposal in order to address the issue of mental health and enforcing the laws that are on the book. This is sick. I mean, this is nonsensical. Look at the polls that came out yesterday. This isn't like a 50-50 issue. The American people want something done.